Notice of resignation as chairperson, Uganda Human Rights Commission. I hereby tender my resignation as chairperson of the Uganda Human Rights Commission. I thank you for the opportunity to serve Uganda over the years in the promotion and protection of human rights. And then she signs, Fauzat Miriam Wangadya.
Naye nina okwemulugunya ku President wange omulungi nti aza atulaga nti ekitongole kino takisaamu kitiibwa. Lwaki ndowooza bwe ntyo? Bwe ndaba bamemba bazaalonda ku kakiiko kano, kino ekifo yakifuulanga ew'okukanyuga abantu abalonzi be bakoowa. Pulezidenti nkukubira omulanga akakiiko kano kalina omulimu gw'amaanyi nnyo mu ssemateeka. Ennyingo nnya mu ssemateeka. Chapter 4 of the Constitution is the biggest chapter. It contains the Bill of Rights.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, she's out of office right now.
Okwawukanako ne bannakyewa Wangadya agamba nti okutwaliza wamu Uganda ekoze kinene okunyweza kono okukuuma eddembe ly'obuntu.
Oluusi temanyi nti ab'amawulire musinga kwetanira ku kye tuyita civil and political rights.
Yeah.
Naye buli ddembe ate liwanirira linaalyo.
Yeah, but we start with the most important, the essential ones.
Okulaba okwange eddembe ly'obuntu mu Uganda tulina we tutuuse we nsobola okugamba nti lyeyagaza. Eddembe ly'obuntu mu Uganda teryeraliikiriza.
Kati oliwulira lye lyakugobezza mu kakiiko eddembe ly'obuntu. Olina eddembe lyonna okomplaininga ku Museveni newamukomplaininzeeko yakugobye ojja kakasa.
You're watching Mordecai Marissa Live Political Commentary. Please consider subscribing to help grow Uganda's Voices of Struggle ecosystem. Thank you.
I cannot appreciate you enough for using your valuable time to always go on social media, break down things for people.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, just days after publicly criticizing the dictator Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for turning Uganda Human Rights Commission into what she described as a dumping ground for political failures, Miriam Wangadya is suddenly out of office. Absolutely. The timing is raising eyebrows across Uganda. When Wangadya chose to publicly challenge Museveni, I actually said she had committed what in my view was the greatest political offense under Museveni's rule. She had not killed people, she had not abducted, tortured, or disappeared people, she had not engaged in corruption, because that's the feature of the Museveni criminal regime. But Museveni has normalized that. You are given promotions if you engage in those kind of actions. You become target of Museveni's ire when you criticize Museveni or sort of build alliances and coalitions within the Museveni criminal regime to topple or get rid of him or even question his powers. That's the most brutal crime you will ever commit before Museveni. And that's why she was pushed out. Now, she says she has resigned. No, come on. I don't buy it. Nobody's buying it in Uganda. I believe, just like so many other Ugandans, she was pushed out. And that's what I do in this commentary. I explain why I think Wangadya's exit was anything but voluntary. Never. And why the same system she once defended has now turned against her. During her time, Wangadya was this person who dismissed reports of human rights abuses. She brushed aside complaints about abductions, torture, and disappearances. She engaged in confronting victims of those evils instead of accusing those that are violating people's rights. Today, the tables have turned. The very official who was expected to defend victims of violations of their rights now finds herself with a few people willing to defend her. Because in politics, what goes around often comes around. Welcome to Mordecai Marissa. Let's watch the story of Miriam Wangadya. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to start with showing you. This is the story we did, I think it was 7 days ago. Sorry, 6. Yeah, 7 days ago. I'm going to have to do this. See, I said, if you want to read that, she about to be fired. Miriam Wangadya panics after turning on Museveni. These were 7 days ago. See? I said she's about to be fired. And now what happened? It is Wangadya releasing this letter. His Excellency Museveni, Entebbe, Uganda. Notice of resignation as chairperson, Uganda Human Rights Commission. I hereby tender my resignation as chairperson of the Uganda Human Rights Commission. I thank you for the opportunity to serve Uganda over the years in the promotion and protection of human rights. And then she signs, Fauzat Miriam Wangadya. David Louis Lubongoya, the Secretary General of the National Unity Platform, wrote here and said, with the way she was speaking a few months back, it is crazy to see Wangadya Miriam being pushed to the point of resignation. We must all work for the rule of law. Otherwise, everyone will be forced to learn the hard way. No one can be safe in a sinking ship. This has pretty much become a song we are singing every day. Some people think they are safe because they belong to the Museveni criminal regime. But Museveni criminal regime is a ship bound for nowhere. It's just going to die. It's going to fall. It's going to sink. You just have to get off. It doesn't matter whether you are in a VIP section. It's going to sink. We're all going to die. We better start planning on what to do. Jump out and try to do something. Okay, now let's go on here and play you what she said before she resigned. It didn't happen.
Naye nina okwemulugunya ku president wange omulungi nti aza atulaga nti ekitongole kino takisaamu kitiibwa. Lwaki ndowooza bwe ntyo? Bwe ndaba abamemba bazaalonda ku kakiiko kano, kino ekifo yakifuulanga ew'okukanyuga abantu abalonzi be bakoowa, kangamba oli munnabyabufuzi weesimbyewo oba kampe ekyokulabirako oba maybe bulambulirowa ogudde mu kalulu okaabye ennyo abalonzi bankamula ndi mwavulu nkupe sikyalina kakulya ndi mulwadde muyi waliwo ekimbe kyemaze nakyo emyaka 3 neetaaga ARVs. Genda mu kakiiko k'eddembe ly'obuntu.
Well, that's how Museveni has been working. That's why you see Museveni appointing Tamale Mirundi Senior alongside Full Figure and Eddie Kenz and Butcherman. No offense to those 3 folks. But you know what I mean. That's why Museveni looks at the so-called advisors of Museveni and look at Eddie Kenzo, presidential advisor on creatives. What does Kenzo know? He's a good musician. Don't take what I'm not saying. Don't hear what I'm not saying. He's a good musician. But he's going to advise Museveni? Absolutely not. This has been the modus operandi of Museveni since time immemorial. He doesn't think of you of what you think of yourself. Zero.
President nkukubira omulanga akakiiko kano kalina omulimu gw'amaanyi nnyo mu ssemateeka. Enyingo 4 chapter 4 of the constitution is the biggest chapter. It contains the Bill of Rights.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, she's out of office right now. After criticizing Museveni, you want to teach Museveni? Let me take you back to, I'm not going to play the clip here, but go back and watch her. Rebecca Litwalakadaga, I think she was on STV being hosted by an opportunist, Kazwe Bashir Mbazira, who said, do you take pride in the amendment of the Constitution to remove age limit? It's like, yeah, I'm the one. I'm the one who did it. He should thank me. Okay? Museveni kicked her away immediately. Didn't take, it was a bullet speed. Pooh. Oh, you think you helped me? You should worship me. Nobody questions me.
Akakiiko kano ke kalina mandate esinga obugazi eri serious ekwata ku ddembe ly'Abannayuganda. Naye abantu b'ozoolonda nti lwakuba oyagala kubawonya abamanerenda loan sharks abaagala oba wambako ebyabwe okubatwala mu kooti nti genda ogira otulako eri.
Yep, that's how Museveni operates. Sad for you. And yourself, you don't qualify to be in that position, for crying out loud. I have a friend of mine, you know. That friend of mine used to sing a song. He used to do this when he sang a song. Shamona. He has a song called Take Man in the Mirror. He says, if you want to change the world, take a look in the mirror. Okay? So if you're complaining about Museveni's appointees, look at yourself. Do you think you qualify to be in that office? Absolutely not. Museveni, why do you send political failures? Why do we have you? Let's go on, and I'm going to have to show you here. When every time we raise complaints in Uganda, what she would always say to us. Listen to this story.
Embeera oyinza okugamba nti ya bunkenke eri bannabyobufuzi ku ne bannakiwa olw'enkola ey'amagye okulumbagananga amaka gaabwe n'ekigendererwa ekyokubakwata ku nsonga zitasooka kutegeerekeka. Ekikolwa ekyakasembayo kye ky'amagye okulumbagana amaka ga Miriam Matembe e Luzira n'ekigendererwa eky'okumukwata wabula ng'ono yasangiddwa waka era nga negibuli kati mpawo amanyi gy'ali. Embeera eno abalwanirizi b'eddembe ly'obuntu bazze bakivumirira nga bagamba nti etoboola eddembe lya bannayuganda.
Kati bwe bava mu nyumba ya Dr. Matembe ne bayingire wange abasirikale basatu babuuka fensi mu movie style era ekyalo kyonna ne kyewuunya ne bagwa mu gate ne bagulawo gate ne bayingira abasirikale nga batuuka mu 20.
Kiki kye muba munoonya amayumba g'abantu temusobola bayita ku poliisi ne bakolerayo statements?
Well, those words should be actually voiced by Miriam Wangadya, saying, hey, do not send your jackpotted thugs in a movie fashion, styles of, let me show you, showing power. You can summon these people. These are prominent leaders. Miriam Matembe, Elias Lukwago, Chiza Besje, Alex Waisom Fumbiro, come on. But even if they were not prominent as the names I've mentioned, you don't have to abduct people.
Kyali muntu ali safe, not even professionals.
Nga bino byonna bigenda mu maaso twogeddeko ne Miriam Wangadya nga yakulira akakiiko akalira eddembe ly'obuntu mu ggwanga okumanya bba ensonga zino bwe baziraba. Okwawukanako ne bannakyewa, Wangadya agamba nti okutwaliza awamu Uganda ekoze kinene okunyweza ko n'okukuuma eddembe ly'obuntu.
Oluusi temanyi nti ab'amawulire musinga kwetanira ku kye tuyita civil and political rights.
Yeah.
Naye buli ddembe ate liwanirira linalyo.
Yeah, but we start with the most important, the essential ones. That's why I read you a quote by that man who said, those who give up essential liberties for, well, maybe I have to read it here for you guys. Those who give up essential liberties. Yep, here. Let's go here. I'm going to have to read you here so that you know what we're talking about. Okay, read here. There's one that's why you care about political and civil liberties. Watch here. Those who give up essential liberties to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. We care about civil and political liberties because that's where everything starts. Essential liberties such as freedom of speech is a key that opens the door to other liberties. If you do not care about essential liberties and all you care about is the purchasing of this quote-unquote temporary safety, you're going to end up without neither safety nor liberty. So while you complain that, you put all your focus on these civil and political rights, yes, because it is within civil and political rights that I have to be respected when it comes to the government accusing me of committing any crime. Civil and political liberties has something called due process. There's an element called the rule of law. There's an element called constitutionalism. There's an element called respect of human rights. We care about these because those are the essential. Civil and political rights are essential, and we cannot exchange those for the safety over, oh, you have a right to eat any food you want. What if I start complaining about who delivers that food? Am I going to be protected? Because I could be complaining about the deliverer being a government employee and be like, okay, you don't complain about these people. See how everything goes back to those essential liberties? So shut up, you Wangadya. Let's go back. Why did I say that? Okay. Yeah.
Mu kulaba okwange eddembe ly'obuntu mu Uganda tulina we tutuuse wensobola okugamba nti lyeyagaza. Eddembe ly'obuntu mu Uganda teryeraliikiriza.
Kati oliwulira lye lyakugobezza mu kakiiko eddembe ly'obuntu. Olina eddembe lyo nno okomplaininga ku Museveni nowa mukomplaininzeeko yakugobye ojja kakasa.
Ku nsonga z'okuwamba kuno okubuzaawo abantu, Wangadya atujuliza kimu nti ebitongole ebikuuma ddembe tebiwamba yadde okubuzaawo wabula okukwatako n'okukumira mu budduukulu.
Naye nsuubira nti waliwo enjawulo wakati w'okukwata n'okuwamba. So, poliisi erina obuyinza okukwata omuntu. Ate nsuubira nti n'oyo abaakwatibwa agondere ekiragiro kya poliisi eky'okukwatibwa.
Kyokka n'agamba nti waliwo ensonga z'okukwatibwa kw'abamu ku bantu ab'enkizo ze bateekateeka okwongera okunoonyerezaako okuzuula oba ddala ekituufu eddembe lyabwe lyakyoboolwa.
This sick woman. Okay, let's go here to when Bobi Wine took his complaints to the commission and how he was treated. I showed you this video in that commentary. Let's do it one more time.
All right.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. Madam Chair and the Commission, we filed this complaint on the 7th of December 2018 after the security agencies blocked over 20 of my music concerts, confiscated our music equipment, arrested and pressured many of our colleagues, and denied many of my people the right to earn a living simply because of my political affiliation. And we are appearing before this commission this morning, more than 5 years later, Madam Chair, to be heard. Madam Chair and the Commission, Article 28 of what is left of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda provides for the right to a fair hearing. It provides for a person shall be entitled to a fair, speedy, and public hearing before an independent and impartial court or tribunal. It is more than 5 years ago, Madam Chair, and as all of us know, justice delayed is justice denied. Madam Chairperson and members, this commission, which is empowered by the Constitution to protect constitutional rights, is instead the one violating those rights. I mean, Madam Chair, in all fairness, how can a complaint regarding...
If that is the personal statement you are making, which is an attack on the commission, you are free to withdraw your complaint. I will not allow you to deny threats, to emasculate, and to demean and to disrespect this commission. If that is the personal statement you are making, you are not going any further.
Madam Chair, with this attitude...
Before he even explained himself, I think she was listening, looking for a point at which she's going to use that as an excuse to kick Bobi Wine out of the commission.
You have to speak to your lawyers.
But you gave me a chance to speak, Madam Chair. You did not tell me what to say.
To accuse this commission of violating human rights.
Madam Chair,
you will not speak any further.
You yourself, Madam Chair, came out and mocked the victims of the missing people, and with this attitude, Madam Chair, and I hereby withdraw my complaint to this commission because this lacks the impartiality, it lacks the independence to hear this case, Madam Chair. It is all right, but at least it is before the world.
I'm directing you to leave.
Yeah. Imagine, sometimes I sit down and wonder how our country would be if things were done in the right way. Imagine, like having Bobi Wine there, expressing his concerns and being listened to, and not having to worry that he's complaining to a Museveni stooge who doesn't really care. Imagine where I would be. Sometimes I sit down and wonder, I'm like, all people died in the 80s to end up in this position. And it doesn't require a lot, ladies and gentlemen. It requires a simple thing called political will. You just have to love your country. You just have to envision the future of your country. You just have to love your people. You just have to place your country above yourself. It breaks my heart that we've gone through these cycles over and over again. From 62, men prioritizing their selfish interests above country. Have Obote going after Mutesa. And then, going after Obote in 71. Then you have the turmoil of 79 until they elected, the election of 80. And then Obote, you would have argued, probably thought that, hey, maybe this man, has observed and taken time to learn, to understand. He's coming to spread a peace and reconciliation and unity message. Absolutely not. He comes and then he still looks at himself as this special force. And then you have Museveni duping, manipulating many of our parents and grandparents, joining him. It's been a cycle that makes me sick. When are we going to have somebody that's going to place their country above themselves? And I understand. See, sometimes I don't feel okay when I'm like, hey, you don't care about politics, but I understand you. You break your heart. Like, I don't have interest in serving in any position of leadership because I cannot. This is why I appreciate the folks like Bobby Wine. They are patient. There's no way I'm going to stand before you. I would insult you. And I'm sorry, that's not a good thing. I have to be able to control myself, to restrain myself from having emotions taking the best of me. But there's no way. So I understand if you feel like you are allergic to politics. I feel the same way. Like, she was just waiting to find an opportunity to kick Bobby Wine out. Anyways, I think I saw it was Honorable Betty Namboze Bachireke telling Wangadya, please leave us alone when we were fighting for you and the entire country. You ignored us.
Wangadya alabye ekisanja kye kiweddeko ndowooza ne bamugamba sikyakuza bujja n'ayagala akomewo eno nga yeewoomya. Twamukaabira dde ennaku pulezidenti wange wano yagendayo n'amukaabira ennaku tumukaabidde ennaku ku baana be baasiba n'atuuka n'otugamba mbu ebyo bye mwogerako teriiyo bifo bwe bityo n'atusindiikiriza kaakati agumire ekintu kye kyosiga kyokola ki kyokungula. Bw'aba kalenga ebyo byagamba bituufu alizayininge ajja twegatteko tulwanirire okuzaawo ekitiibwa ky'eddembe ly'obuntu mu Uganda.
Now you might argue, be like, oh, Mordecai, now she resigned. No, she didn't resign. She was pushed out. And if she really means it, she can join us. Yeah, if she indeed resigned in opposition to Museveni turning the Human Rights Commission into a dumping site for political failures, please come on our side that pushes for appointing people through meritocracy. She won't do that.
Naye bw'anaaba eyo ng'ayomba ebyo bwe bityo bya kito ayagala bwagazi kutukozesa ayagala kutukozesa agumire byagenda osanga eno nga takyalina buyinza tasobola ayagala yefulemu ffe tumulwanireko oba olyawo bamusigaze oba olyawo atuuke okunyoka aterere bulungi bannayuganda babadde buli byakyunya nga yatula mu ofiisi ey'ekitiibwa erina okussa mu nkola eddembe ly'obuntu n'agayalirira omulimu. Ate bw'aba akyayagala omulimu eyo si enkola entuufu abantu gye bateeka okugamba ku bakama baabwe. Agende mwami Museveni amusinkane eyo amubuulire ebyo ebizibu bye yabadde ayogera. Awatali kyoze ndabanga ayagala otukozesa obukozesa naye nga omulimu gwennyini agumazeko emyaka mingi gumulemye kakati atannyuka alyoka ayogera yali badde yayogererawo tokirinda mwami kufa n'ogamba nti olwadde omwami nalumanya nga ebula myezi bwezaalizayininga n'atandika ogamba nti olwadde omwami nalumanya lwaki ebyo ebintu teyabyogererawo oli twayogerako ne tugamba bannange okwata otya basimewo nsuluga n'obatwala mu ddembe ly'obuntu mu kakiiko balikwasise ate nga bateekwa kugendayo ng'abavunaanibwa teyatunyega yasirika busirisi era bwe omukulu njukira pulezidenti wange mwami Kyagulanyi yagenda n'amugamba nti akakiiko kano tekakola bulungi n'amugamba nti sijja kukkiriza nafuya akakiiko kange kuva wano mangu kakati
byeyayagala byebyo. Ladies and gentlemen, kikyolowooza mu comment section awo nja kuba nkusiima bw'oteekawo endowooza. Nabagambye nti buli kaseera nja bazanyiranga eddoboozi lino okubajjukiza omusajja eyampadde ebimuli kikkubirize okubeera nga osubscribinga wano.
Nti olwaleero omu ku bantu celebrating nga is one of the best journalists ku YouTube abali mu diaspora. Mordecai Murisa is the best.
Oh.
Mordecai will do journalism. Bw'oba wasoma journalism and mass communication n'ogamba eyo stories kyagikoze ko kigimala. It means Mordecai yandibadde asinga subscription lwaki? Ali ku nsonga za nkyukakyuka?
Kiwedde, aye twongerako ali ku nsonga za nkyukakyuka tukomyawo. Naye n'ekirala nkujjukiza ogenda osubscribe ku mukutu gwa muganda ng'ono kangukulage waneeno osobole okubeera nga ogulaba guli mu linnya erya Williams Broadcast right here. Williams Broadcast. Genda osubscribinge ku mukutu ogwo. Omuwagire is a very, very good guy as well. So as he gives me those flowers, I send them back. Mu bulungi sibizize nange gamba okay tubiwanjisa ne nkuwanza ebyange. All right, tunaaba tuddingana nkwagaliza okwera obulungi.